Good evening, America. I would like to make an announcement. It seems as though Beetlejuice 2 is going to be produced with Ryder and Michael Keaton reprising their roles as Lydia Dietz and Beetlejuice, respectively. In tandem with the filming and production of Beetlejuice 2, I'll be writing dialogue and characters into the Tim Burton script myself. The characters that I write into the script exist in the same archetypal realm that the characters in the Tim Burton script exist in. Tim Burton will soon find out that the fiction that he is creating crosses over into a sort of quasi-reality that is just as real as the reality of the tangible world that we experience as reality or perceive to be reality. When he is filming scenes for Beetlejuice 2, it is possible for characters that I have written to cross over from the archetypal realm that my characters inhabit to the archetypal realm that his characters inhabit and compete with them for things. So when suddenly in my Beetlejuice 2 script, a new character emerges that Tim Burton didn't write, he should now know that this character has been written by me and has crossed over into his movie and become a part of it. What I am presenting is a complete version of Beetlejuice 2. When the movie comes out, you will need to see my presentation of Beetlejuice 2 to get the whole movie. I'm going to write a character for myself for Tim Burton to consider. Let's start the opening scene of my Beetlejuice 2 script. Scene 1, Lydia Dietz, now a college professor at the Petaluma College of Fine Arts in Petaluma, California, enters her class on a Monday morning to grade her students. She teaches a class about paranormal phenomena. Good morning, class. Today we'll be discussing ghosts. For starters, have any of you ever seen a ghost? A woman named Sheila responds. I don't believe in ghosts. Really? You'll be a believer by the end of this course. I doubt it. Do you believe in the afterlife? I believe that the human soul does exist in a non-corporeal form, but only exists in another plane of existence that we don't have access to. They have access to us. I've been haunted by ghosts in my former residence. Really? Can you name any of them? I sure can, Sheila. There's a ghost that has been haunting me for years. His name is Beetlejuice. He can be summoned by saying his name 3 times. I don't believe you. If that's true, let me try saying his name 3 times. Sheila says Beetlejuice's name 3 times, and not only does Beetlejuice appear, but also Beetlejuice's brother, Mike. Hi, class. I'm Beetlejuice. Hi, I'm Mike. I'm Beetlejuice's brother. Beetlejuice has a brother. His name is Mike. It's not a very creepy name for a ghost. I can be creepy if you want me to. My nickname is Graveyard Bones. Is that creepy enough for you? That's creepy. Thanks. Can you tell me about what it's like to live on as a ghost, Mike? For starters, it's never boring. As ghosts, we live in a realm of gothic beauty that we can cross over from into your realm of existence. Why do you haunt people? We haunt people because sometimes we feel empty, Sheila. We yearn to interact with human beings in the world of concrete reality. The spirit world is a state of limbo that we inhabit until we re-enter a new world of a tangible reality. This realm that we inhabit is a place that we pass through. Do you like to scare people? We love to scare people, Sheila. Seeing a ghost is a kind of experience that excites the human psyche on a primal level, where survival instincts are activated. When a person is in a state of terror, that is when the person feels truly alive, as the privilege of being alive is felt. It's not a true state of terror to see a ghost. It's a slightly terrifying but fun glimpse into the internal and unknown. It's fascinating. Let's enjoy the class, Sheila. That would be excellent. Lydia Dees lectured the students. They then went home. The next day, they reassembled in Mrs. Dees' classroom for another lecture. Again, Mike appeared to them during the lecture. Hi, Lydia. You're here again? I was so moved by your lecture that I decided to come back today. It is wonderful for a teacher of the supernatural to have a real ghost in the classroom. Can you come back tomorrow? How would you like to go on a date? You're a ghost. You have a glow that surrounds you. It's a beautiful aura. It's a sign of being a person who has gained immortality. The idea is intriguing. It's just that I've never seen a human being dating a ghost. Let's set a new precedent. I'll have to think about it. I'll be waiting. Lydia Dees lectures her class about supernatural beings who can suddenly appear in different moments of the past, present, and future in the form of an inanimate object. She then goes home for the evening. She lives in a beach house that she built with a bunch of friends that sits along the Pacific Ocean in a town called Happy Sunset, California. She sits on the couch to watch some lame television when she gets a knock on the door. It's a guy she has been dating named Casper Schopenhauer. I didn't know you were coming over tonight, Casper. I thought I'd drop in. I don't like your abruptness, Casper. You should have called. What are you watching? Reruns of Fantasy Island? I'll watch that with you. Suddenly, they hear a sinister voice in the living room speaking to them. Lydia, you cannot escape from me. I am your true love. What was that? I'm not sure. Lydia suspects that it might be Mike who has come to haunt them. Suddenly, the house starts rumbling as if there was an earthquake. But is Mike using his telekinetic powers? Lydia, you must come with me. I'm going home. Lydia, this is really freaking me out. Lydia needs to go to the class the next day to find Mike there again. Good morning, Lydia. Good morning, Mike. Where were you yesterday evening? At home, gardening. Gardening at night. Who gardens at night? A lot of people garden at night. So many people, in fact, that REM wrote a song about it. It's called Gardening at Night. That's a lie. You were terrorizing me and Casper because you were jealous. That's the douchebag's name? Casper. You should be with a real ghost like me on Graveyard Bones, not Casper the friendly ghost. How intimidating is that? Get out of here. I want you, Lydia. Go home. Bye, I'll see you. Lydia Dietz goes home that evening to find herself feeling very isolated and lonely. She starts to think that she may be falling in love with Mike. She goes to bed. She's lying in bed feeling an ominous presence in the room. This presence is both somewhat terrifying and beautifully enticing, as it beckons to her to a transcendent realm of colors she has never seen and emotions that she has never felt. She reaches a precipice in this heightened state of awareness where she has the option of crossing over into this realm of unearthly pleasure or staying earthbound in familiar territory. She finds the courage within herself to cross over into this realm and experiences sensations of the most exquisite kind in a place of beauty and tranquility. It is a place where she understands the true meaning of the love of existence. She has found herself in a place of transcendence. It's a place of unusual sights. The next morning, when she gets out of bed, Mike is standing there in her room. How'd you like it? Mike? That was amazing. If you decide to go with me, that is the kind of love that I can give to you. I'll have to I have to get to school. I'll talk to you about this later. Lydia arrives at school the next day and goes into her class. She addresses her students. Good morning, class. We have discussed many different supernatural phenomena so far this semester. Does anybody care to give us their opinion and the validity of my philosophies on the supernatural? I would. Yes, Sheila. What is your opinion? I don't believe in any of it. A skeptic. Why don't you believe? The human mind is an epiphenomenon that arises from the functioning of the brain. My theory, Sheila, is that the brain is brought into existence by the human mind, which is eternal. I've never seen any proof of that. You've seen Mike, the ghost known as Graveyard Bones. They could have easily been an optical illusion. That wasn't an optical illusion. That was a ghost. Ghosts don't exist, Miss Dietz. They do exist. I remain skeptical. This is merely a material plane of existence. What could possibly remain in the human body after death? The soul. Did you ever notice that there's something indescribable, something so unique about each person that you have ever met? It is that defining characteristic of each of us that distinguishes us from each other. It is that part that which sets us apart from each other. Yes, I know about that. That is a soul. If the soul didn't exist, how could you explain the amazing variety of human personalities? I don't believe in the soul. This is what we have: the material world of fleeting temporal existence. What is fleeting and temporal is a tangible world that we inhabit. The soul is eternal. The soul lives on forever in new manifestations and in new surroundings that are brought into existence by the soul. There are conditions for immortality. To get immortality, you must believe in the immortal soul. You must look at the world in an optimistic fashion as an idealist who believes in meaning and purpose. You must believe that life is meant to be a beautiful experience of unearthly pleasure, devoid of suffering. You must find the person you are destined to form a unity of souls with. The love that you have for this person is not only a love that is a sublime pleasure, both physically and emotionally, but is the creative force that brings harmony into the universe and brings meaning and purpose to life. That was brilliant, Miss Dietz. We'll see if it's true. Remember, Sheila, you must truly believe if you want your soul to be immortal. I'll remember that, Miss Dietz. I must truly believe. Have a nice afternoon, class. Miss Dietz leaves the school and sees Casper Schopenhauer in the front of it. What have you been up to, Lydia? Oh, the same stuff. The same stuff? What's an ectoplasm been finding on your clothes? That's not ectoplasm. It's a beauty product that I've been using for my skin. Bullshit, Lydia. It's ectoplasm. You've been dating a ghost. Okay, so it is ectoplasm, but we are not dating. I'll be watching you very closely, Lydia. Fuck off, Casper. I don't need somebody like you who is so needy and so insecure about our relationship. I'll see you later, Lydia. You better not be cheating. Casper goes home. Lydia goes home to ponder the situation. She begins to think that Casper is not the guy for her. He is too jealous of the slightest indication that she could be cheating on her. She knows that for her to get her immortality, she must be with the person she was destined for. Lydia goes to school the next day. She gives a lecture about the human soul leaving the body and inhabiting inanimate objects. In such cases, the human body functions on a material level. Good morning, class. Today we'll be talking about the phenomenon of the human soul leaving the body and inhabiting an inanimate object. Come again, Miss Dietz? That's preposterous. No, Sheila, it's a bona fide fact. In some cases, the human soul has been seen to leave the body and inhabit an inanimate object. So, what you are saying is that my human soul could leave my body and find itself in an inanimate object. Yes, Sheila, that is exactly what I'm saying. I don't believe this. Accept it, Miss Dietz. We are merely machines with brains as human beings. The human mind is an epiphenomenon of the brain. You are wrong. Where do you think you get your passion for debate and your personality, Sheila? It's a function of my brain. The mind is a material. No, that is not correct. The human brain and the human mind are machines through which the soul temporarily operates until it finds a new place. The body and brain can function without a soul, but it operates on a different level in such cases, much like a robot. I would like to believe what you were saying, Ms. Dietz, but it doesn't seem logical. My purpose here, in part, is to try to convince you of my theories. Please keep an open mind. Okay, sure. Miss Deeds, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you people tomorrow. Have a great day. Lydia Deeds gets in her car and drives home. When she gets home, she finds Graveyard Bones, the ghost that Mike is known as, standing in front of the house. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Mike. Fancy seeing you here. How was your day? It was fascinating. I'm trying to convince a student of mine of the existence of the human soul. She'll be a believer someday. Yeah, she'll be a believer someday. Would you like to come inside? Sure, they go inside and get into a deep conversation. Lydia really seems to be falling in love with Mike. Now she has to decide how to leave Casper. She ponders how she can actually accomplish this. Mike and Lydia are sitting on a couch in Lydia's living room talking. This is a beautiful house, Lydia. Thanks. It was built in 1774. I found something very interesting in the bedroom. On this floor. Take a look at this. It's a roll of film. Really? They didn't have movie film back then. How is that possible? Look what I found. There's an essay in here with a man who lived here before. His name is Mike Meyer. Wow. He had the same name as me. In this essay, he writes about his invention. Apparently, this man invented by photography and filmmaking. Well, this man invented photography and filmmaking before people knew about it. I watched some of these movies. They're fascinating. That's amazing. Movies from the 1700s, isn't it? I wonder where he kept his invention all to himself. I wonder why he kept his invention all to himself and didn't try to market it. I'm not sure. Do you want to watch a movie of his? Sure. They set up a film projector and a screen and watch a home movie. On it, the man who made the movie looks at you and says this. Hi, my name is Mike Meyer. I made this film in 1774. If somebody happens to be watching this, I want you to know that it was me who made this film. By now, I'm sure that somebody else has discovered photography and filmmaking. I have a whole bunch of other movies that I made here in the 1700s. These movies have some of the same themes as your modern day movies. My movies went through the same transitions from silent films to talkies, just like your movies. Enjoy them. This is a whole bunch of movies that came before your modern day movies. Some of them were filmed in other dimensions, and some were filmed here on our earthly plane of existence. Among them is also a movie that provides proof of the existence of ghosts. Speaking of ghosts, I'll be visiting you as a ghost soon. Bye. This is awesome. I agree. Let's watch some of this stuff. Yeah. This is going to be wonderful. Mike and Lydia watched some more movies, and had a terrific evening. They go to bed for the evening and wake up the next day to find themselves in some kind of altered circumstance. The house seems to have been transformed. It looks old and gothic. They're lying in bed together. What's going on here, Lydia? I don't know. Why does the house look different? They hear a rustling in the kitchen. across the hall. Is there somebody in the kitchen? It sounds like it. I'm going to go and see what's going on. Lydia walks into the kitchen to find a man in there making breakfast. Who are you and what the fuck are you doing here in my kitchen? Your kitchen? This is my kitchen. Come again? Your kitchen? Yes, this is my kitchen. I live here. What kind of scam are you trying to pull, lady? This is my kitchen. I'm Mike Meyer. Did you just say that you are Mike Meyer? Yes. This is a strange coincidence. I was just reading a letter that was written by a man in the year 1774. I found it in the bedroom. Along with it, I found rolls of movie film that predate the American movie era of the 20th century. That is no coincidence. I'm Mike Meyer, and those are my movies. But this is the year 2022. No, it's not. 1774. 1774. Yeah. Look at the date on this newspaper. July 2nd, July 22nd, 1774. Yeah, it's the date on the newspaper. See? It's the date on the newspaper. The newspaper usually has an accurate date on it. This is going to seem very unbelievable, what I'm about to tell you. Tell me. I think I traveled back in time somehow from the year 2022. This is my house in the year 2022. You might be surprised at what I'm going to say, but I think I believe you. What is your name? Lydia. I think I believe you, Lydia. I've heard about many theories on time travel. I never thought I would travel time myself, especially not accidentally. That's a great name for a book. The Accidental Time Traveler. If you ever write a book, you should call it that. That is a good idea. I can write about this experience and release it as a novel. I have ideas of my own about time travel. Do you want to travel back to the future? Of course I do. You people ride around in horse-drawn wagons and live in little cabins with no electricity, television, and other creature comforts that I need. Well, we have my movies. We have fun. There's so many societal enhancements by the time you get to the year 2022. I just thought of something. Since I have you here as a visitor from the year 2022, I could put you in a movie that I could write that is a look into the future. Sure. Great. I'll start working on that. I'll agree to that only if you can find a way to get me back to the year 2022. I think we'll find a way. Lydia Dietz talked to Mike Meyer into the evening. Here's an excerpt from the conversation. It's fascinating to meet a person from the year 2022. It's also fascinating to meet somebody from the year 1774. Take a look in the back, Lydia. How do you like my new horse-drawn wagon? It's nice, but you should see what we have in the future. What do you have? Cars? Cars? What are they? It's an invention of the 20th century. It's a vehicle with four wheels of air, inflated rubber. It's a vehicle with four wheels of air inflated rubber that is propelled by an engine that emits an exhaust. Mhm. They have made life much more convenient in the future. Do you have a picture of a car? Take a look at this. This is a picture of my 1974 Chevy Corvette. Wow, it's beautiful. The bubble design is at once curvilinear and sleek. It's so amazing to know that time is like another dimension that can be traveled. It keeps me in touch with the eternal nowness of human experience. Yeah, that is amazing. It's also amazing to know that you can develop relationships with people from different eras in human history. That is amazing. Mike Meyer and Lydia Dietz went to bed for the evening and got up early the next morning to go into town. Would you like to go out for breakfast? How does coffee and pancakes at Mindy's sound? Sure, that sounds delectable. Take me to Mindy's. Mike Meyer and Lydia Dietz go to Mindy's Pancake Palace and are confronted by a very long line waiting to get in the restaurant. They're greeted by a woman named Maud. Hi, I'm Maud. Welcome to Mindy's Pancake Palace. Hi, Maud. Table for two, please. Right this way, Lydia. Who is this gentleman? Oh, sorry, Maud. This is Mike Meyer. He's also from the year 1774, where you are from. This is impressive, Lydia. You are already meeting people that I haven't met in 1774 and finding restaurants that I haven't been to. I have a way with people. Mike Meyer and Lydia Dietz are shown to their seat table and given menus. You are beautiful, Lydia. That's flattering, but I'm spoken for. This is strictly business. It doesn't have to be. Thanks anyway for the compliment. Mike and Lydia were thoroughly enjoying their pancakes and coffee at Mindy's when all of a sudden Leilana Pierce suddenly appears in the restaurant. From the realm of archetypes where reality bites 2 exists. I'm Mike and Lydia. Hi, Leilana. How did you get here? You're so supposed to be with me in Reality Bites 2. I crossed over into the realm of archetypes to tell you about a great pancake place that you might be interested in if you cross over into Reality Bites 2. If we cross over into Reality Bites 2, does that mean that we are going to be new characters in the movie? You people could have special characters written into the script if you are interested. I think that would be really cool. We would have to get Winona Ryder's approval in order for that to happen. How do you cross over from the realm of archetypes where Beetlejuice 2 exists to the realm of archetypes where Reality Bites 2 exists? In the realm of archetypes where Reality Bites 2 exist, I was in between takes and wandering around the set, came upon a door that I had never seen before on the set of Reality Bites 2. As it turns out, this is a door that toggles back and forth in and out of existence. Usually, when you try to open it, it suddenly disappears. I had been trying to open the door for months when suddenly I succeeded. At first, when I opened the door, I found myself in a room that was completely black. It was so dark in the room that I couldn't see objects. Then suddenly, the whole set of Beetlejuice 2 materialized before my very eyes. Now, here I am on the set of Beetlejuice 2. That's fascinating. How do you get back to the Beetlejuice 2 set? I'm assuming that there must be a similar door on the set of Beetlejuice 2 that will take me back to the set of Reality Bites 2. Until I find it, until I find that, I wanted to discuss with you my next purpose here. What is it? I want to tell you about a restaurant in San Francisco in the realm of archetypes where Reality Bites 2 exists called Pancakes by the Bay. Yeah? What about it? There's something extraordinary about their pancakes. What? They have a taste to them that is unlike any pancakes you have ever had. They are truly delectable. They are so delicious because they are flavored by a non-culinary ingredient. Yeah, what could that be? Love. You only experience the exquisite pleasure of eating their pancakes if you truly are in love with your lover. Take us there, sure. Okay, now that I'm here, let's see. What would you people recommend at this place? I would have the scrumptious pancakes and savory coffee. That's what I'll have. This is a wonderful place to be. They enjoy their breakfast and had a wonderful evening. Like Leilani and Lydia were sitting in the restaurant enjoying their breakfast that morning. I have a question for you, Leilana. What if you aren't able to find the door that takes you back to Reality Bites 2? I'm assuming that I'll find it. It should be obvious. Sure, but what if it's not? Leilana Pierce, the character from Reality Bites 2, will be stuck in Beetlejuice 2. I think it's inevitable that we'll find it. Until then, we'll have to think up a new character for me to hear in the context of Beetlejuice 2. Okay, Leilana, in order to do that, we'll have to think of how Leilana Pierce and Lydia Dietz are interrelated. Sure, Lydia, I just thought of something. You're a documentarian. You could be a documentarian in this movie, making a documentary that could also be shown in Reality Bites 2. That way, you'll not only have a new character here in Beetlejuice 2, but also further character development for your Leilana Pierce character in Reality Bites 2. I like that idea. But what would the documentary be about? Not only do I have an idea for what the documentary would be about, but also what the title should be. It's a documentary about ghosts. High resolution film is known to capture ghosts on film. The only reason you don't see a lot of that is because it's rare to actually find ghosts. Ghosts are usually camera shy and evade people with cameras. Here in the realm where Beetlejuice 2 exists, ghosts run rampant. In the movie Reality Bites, Leilani Pierce was a documentarian who filmed the lives of her and her friends and their struggles, joy, anger, and laughter. Now in Reality Bites 2, Leilani Pierce can have a new documentary about ghosts. It'll be called You Are Observing the Ghost Realm. Wow, that's brilliant. I just had an idea. What's your idea? We could have the ghosts film a documentary about what they are observing in the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place. Can the ghosts see into the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place? Yes, they can. They could could spook and haunt the characters in Reality Bites 2. The characters in Reality Bites 2 may be in different situations, but all of a sudden they hear haunting sounds that seem to beckon them. Incidentally, that gives us characters for us to be in Reality Bites 2. We would be the ghosts from Beetlejuice 2, interacting with the characters in Reality Bites 2, helping them find these ghosts. So, in that way, there would be characters for the people in Beetlejuice 2 to portray in Reality Bites 2. The documentary that the ghosts are making would be called You Are Being Observed by the Ghost Realm. This should be wonderful. I'm excited to get it started. Look out the window, Leilani. Do you see that taxi cab? I see it. It's driving itself. What else did you notice about it? It's a taxi cab that was driven near the set during the filming of Reality Bites 2. We kept looking at it, but didn't see a driver at the wheel. Now here we are on the set of Beetlejuice 2. I just thought of something. I wonder if it's a doorway, so to speak, to the set of Reality Bites 2. Why don't we go and find out? Sure. Mike, Leilani, and Lydia go out into the street and climb into the taxi cab. Sure enough, the taxi cab is a doorway to the set of Reality Bites 2. They are almost instantaneously transported to the set of Reality Bites 2 as the taxi cab seamlessly drives them from a street in Beetlejuice 2 to Pancakes by the Bay, in front of which Ethan Hawke is fighting with Troy Dyer over the character who portrays Leilani Pierce in the stage adaptation of Reality Bites. They get in the taxi to talk to them. Hi, Ethan. Excuse me, other guy. Hi, girl who portrays Leilani Pierce in the stage adaptation of Reality Bites. I crossed over to the realm where I crossed over into this realm from the realm where Beetlejuice 2 exists to explain something to you. For starters, have any of you sensed a kind of phantasmagoric presence nearby? We have. Do you know why that is? It's because you are being observed by ghosts in the realm where Beetlejuice 2 exists. For a documentary called You Are Being Observed by the Ghost Realm. Wow, that is far out. Also, Leilani has been filming a documentary about ghosts in the realm where Beetlejuice 2 exists. She wants to show the documentary here in the realm where Reality Bites 2 exists. Do you approve of that? Sure, that would be fascinating. Great. We'll get that started. They talk into the evening. They get up the next morning and go to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. The waitress, Penelope, takes her order. Good morning, people. How can I help you? At the table is seated Ethan, Sheila, Charlie, Leilani, Lydia, and Mike. I'll have the Bayside griddle cakes with butter and strawberry syrup and a cup of the Mountain Morning coffee. As a matter of fact, would the rest of you people like the same? They nod their heads in approval. Penelope brings out the food and they begin to feast. There's so much to talk about at this table. With Mike Meyer, Leilani Pierce, Ethan Hawke, Sheila Henderson, Charlie Tamlinson, and Lydia Dietz here? There sure is. All of a sudden, The same woman in the Corvette with a mysterious package can be seen. The woman gets out of the Corvette and walks up to what appears to be a ghost in the streets. It is a faint apparition and has a barely perceptible countenance which bespeaks an otherworldly involvement. Though barely perceptible, the ghost has the appearance of a beautiful woman in her 20s with dark hair and green eyes. The ghost proceeds to enter the front door of Pancakes by the Bay and approach the table where they are sitting. The ghost then places the package onto the table and stares into each of the people at the table's eyes and then stares at the package continuously back and forth from their eyes to the package for an hour. Ethan, Leilani, Lydia, Mike, Sheila, and Charlie sit there mesmerized as this ghost continues to stare back and forth from their eyes to the package. She then travels back to the ghost realm. She didn't say anything while she was in the restaurant with them, but can be heard in strange whispers from the ghost realm. They hear her sing, "Do not open this package until I tell you to. Keep it in a safe place." I wonder what is in this package. I'm not sure, Mike. In order to determine what it might be, maybe we should be thinking of why a ghost would deliver a package to us. Do you have any idea why a ghost would deliver a package to us, Leilana? I'm pondering that, Sheila. I can't think of anything. Can you think of anything, Mike? Here's a profound theory for you. Maybe contained within the box are the ghosts of family members and friends that we have known in our lives. When we open the package, they will be unleashed here in material reality for a moment. They will then rematerialize in human form, after which they will return to the ghost realm. That's a cool theory, Mike, but how do you arrive at it? First, I thought of why a ghost would visit us here. I thought that maybe the purpose of the ghost visiting us is to bring us in touch with the ghost realm so that we might keep in contact with the friends and family members who are deceased. Then I thought that she put them in the package as a kind of surprise for us to enjoy. I hope that's correct. All of a sudden, the package starts shifting around on the table. It starts rotating. The door to the restaurant suddenly opens by itself, and the package jettisons through it as if by an unseen presence. What are we going to do now? The package is gone. You're right, Charlie. What are we going to do now? If my theory was correct, and there are ghosts of our relatives in the package, maybe they heard our conversation and were spooked by it, so they scurried off. That's possible, Mike. Leilana, would you like to wander around town and then practice some more dialogue written by William Shakespeare and other famous playwrights? Sure. Mike and Leilana practice some more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Mike and Leilana thoroughly enjoyed their performance of the dialogue and went back to the restaurant the next morning for breakfast and coffee, pancakes and coffee. This is very unusual. It sure is. Okay. Mike and Leilana continue to talk and have breakfast in the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place. Meanwhile, in the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place, Mike and Lydia were sitting on a couch at Mike's house in town and in his living room talking. I really think you should leave Casper for me, Lydia. Give me a good enough reason why I should leave Casper for you, Mike. I've been thinking, I've been speaking with Leilana Pierce, the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place. She's been filming a documentary in that realm called You Are Being Observed by the Ghost Realm. It's a documentary that has moments of hauntings by ghosts from the realm where Beetlejuice 2 takes place. They're in the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place. They've requested that we make an appearance there as a part of the documentary. So that's my ultimatum, Lydia. You can only be a part of the documentary if you agree to be my girlfriend. That's not fair. You were trying to coerce me into dating you by seducing me with the notion of being famous. It is fair, Lydia. It is fair. As William Shakespeare wrote, all is fair in love and war. I truly do love you, Lydia, with all my heart. You have the right to reject me. That is your prerogative as a human being. My ultimatum to you as a ghost is that you can only be a part of Leilana's documentary if you agree to be my girlfriend. I'll have to think about it. Don't take too long. I'll choose somebody else. Sure.